Hi guys, today I thought I would do a super fun video. I did a video like this, a super like 3 years, blah, 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 blah. Hi guys, today I thought I would do a really fun video, at least it's fun for me. 3 years ago on my YouTube channel, I think I did a video called like my favorite TV shows. I don't think anyone's seen that video, I don't even know if it's still live to be honest. But today I thought I would do a what to watch on Netflix video, and I don't know if this is like a video that people do. I don't know if you even care, because most people have already probably seen most of the things on Netflix. If you're anything like me, you have. I watched so many shows, it's a problem. Like I actually have a list on my phone of over 75 shows I've seen every episode of. It's a problem. So I have a ton of shows to recommend from Netflix that are at least on it right now. Let's get started. So if you know me in real life, you would probably guess my first recommendation, and that is Charmed. Charmed has been my favorite show, like #1 like on my list of favorite shows for like 16 years. Maybe it's not been that long, but me and my sister used to watch it growing up. Like I used to not even be allowed to watch it because it was like too scary in the beginning. It's not scary, I'm telling you, but in 2001 it was scary because I was real young. Oh my god, I was 9. Oh, I'm so old. It has a lot of amazing actresses in it and very hot guys throughout the seasons. It's a drama. It is about magic, obviously, thinking the name Charmed. It is magic, so they're witches. There's some really fun outfits because it was the early 2000s when it came out, so there's some really fun outfits and hairstyles and stuff like that if you're interested in those kinds of things as well. I just think it's an amazing show. It has some comedy elements, it has some really serious dramatic elements where I cry hysterically like a baby, some really good romances and stuff like that, so I just think it's amazing. And then another magic show, and then I'll, branch off into some other things. Vampire Diaries. I love Vampire Diaries. It's kind of along the lines of like a Charmed thing, like where there's witches, vampires, things like that, but there's a lot of romance in it, a lot of drama. It's a really good show, and I know it seems like why would I ever want to watch that? Like that's enough vampire shows. If you are like that, just look at the guys who are in it and then you'll change your mind, because Ian Somerhalder is like my #1. Like if you haven't ever seen my phone background, it's Ian Somerhalder in a bed. Like I'm sorry that you're married, but I don't care. Next is Bones. Bones is such a good show, and I know that not everyone is into crime dramas, and that's kind of what it is. It's mostly like a crime drama, all about drama. There's some funny elements, like there's also like the romance and like head-to-head kind of thing. David Boreanaz, definitely saying that wrong, is gorgeous no matter how old he is. I am obsessed with him. If you like crime dramas and you haven't checked it out, it's super interesting. I feel like I actually learned stuff from it. I could be learning wrong things, but I feel like it's super interesting. The characters are amazing. It gets really intense later on. Next is 2 shows that kind of go together. One's like a spin-off of the other, and that is Buffy and Angel. Buffy also has David Boreanaz in it, and obviously Sarah Michelle Gellar. Like it's amazing. It's like it takes place in like the 90s, early 2000s. Very good if you like seeing that kind of 90s like makeup, hair, outfits. Definitely check it out. Characters are super fun. There's really funny episodes. There's really dramatic episodes. The spin-off of Buffy is Angel, and they're kind of a spin-off, so once you get to the point where they break apart on Netflix, you can look this up online, but once you get to the point where they break apart, you kind of like, this is what I did anyway, I went back and forth between the shows because there is some overlap with characters and things like that, so it's easier to watch that way. Okay, next is another show that I feel like is really underrated. Like not a lot of people talk about it, but Psych. Psych has been one of my favorite shows now for about 5 years, I want to say. It's kind of a crime drama comedy, so it's like a dramedy. There's very like serious things that happen and episodes where you want to cry and that are like super intense, and there's like a romance and stuff like that, but it's also hilarious. Like I laugh out loud at that. The characters are all so funny. The cast just works so well together. The guy who plays the main character, oh my god, his name is James Roday, and I'm obsessed with him. I don't know what it is. I don't know why I think he's so gorgeous. I think it's just his character. Like he's confident and cocky and funny, and like I love it. But it's like a crime show. It's a guy who's kind of faking that he's psychic so that he can help out with the police, and it's hilarious. Sounds dumb, and I know it sounds dumb, but it's not. It's amazing. Next is something that I feel like a lot of people already know that it's good, but New Girl, so good. Zooey Deschanel is a fantastic actress. Nick Miller in the show is I'm obsessed with him. I'm obsessed. He is like my favorite character. It's kind of like a Friends type thing, like everyone kind of lives together and like it's just like a big like ridiculous mess, but it's super funny and the characters are so unique. Like I feel like there's no other show that's like it. And of course, this was a given, I'm not even gonna talk about it that much, but Friends, 10 seasons on Netflix, amazing show. I used to have them all on DVD because I was so obsessed. I've seen every episode of Friends so many times. If you haven't watched it all, I don't even know what you're doing with your life, but watch it. And The Office, I literally was so against The Office for so long. I don't know why, but I just remember in high school when it was on, I would go to people's houses and they would have it on, especially guys, and I just thought it was boring. But my brother recommended it to me, so I watched it and I am obsessed with it. John Krasinski is like just like Like, there's no words. He is amazing. His character, like his acting, just his face, all of it is so good. And then kind of along with that is Parks and Rec. Parks and Rec and The Office, I guess, kind of go like head to head. They're kind of similar, boring office environment, but I do think that, this is me and my brother would say anyway, is that The Office is funnier, but Parks and Rec is easier to kind of binge watch. Like, The Office you could almost watch any episode and like get what's going on, but Parks and Rec has more of like a storyline and like a plot. Like the whole season they're trying to do something, so like each episode kind of falls in place, if that makes sense. But Young and Hungry sounds, again, so dumb. Like when I saw the commercials when that was coming out, I was like, this is like the dumbest show I've ever seen. But I was super bored one time and I was on Netflix and I found it, and it was only 2 seasons, so I could watch it in like a day, and it's so funny. The writers on these shows are super impressive, and Young and Hungry is really funny. It's like a romance kind of sitcom. Okay, back into magic shows. Supernatural. Supernatural, I don't know, it took me so long to get into it, and it is one of the more scary kind of shows like that. They are 2 normal human beings, not witches or anything like that, who have no powers, who just kind of fight demons and witches and ghosts and angels and the devil and a ton of stuff. The guys are gorgeous. Jensen Ackles is amazing. Like, look at that. Oh, he's gorgeous. This show I was obsessed with. Around 6th grade, I think, I got so obsessed with the show. It took over my life. I made a whole book about the characters, like described who they are with their relationships, printed out pictures. Like, I was insane obsessed with the show, Gilmore Girls. But I am super excited that they are coming back with like a revival on Netflix. They're doing like a 4-hour-long like episode thing on Netflix, and a lot of the characters are said that they're coming back, so I'm super excited about that. Definitely catch up before that comes out, even though I don't think it's coming out for like a year. It is so heartwarming and fun, and like just there's romances and there's like mother-daughter relationship and family stuff, and it's like really crazy sometimes, but it's also hilarious sometimes. Next is a Netflix original, which I think is one of the only Netflix originals other than like Fuller House and Gilmore Girls kind of things, but Master of None or Masters of None with Aziz Ansari. It's his own show. His real parents in real life play his parents on the show. It's super fun. I think there's only like 10 episodes, I want to say, and they are coming back with a new season, which is exciting, but not till 2017. What is that? Gossip Girl? Hello? If you are a girl or a boy, actually, watch it. It's just so good. Like, it's a classic on Netflix. It's just so good. If you love fashion and makeup, definitely something to give you some inspiration. It's just, I know it sounds like insane and intense and stuff like that, but it's worth watching, and if you haven't watched it, give it a shot for sure, because I think you'll get like enveloped in it. Next, something that is very unique in taste, I think, Dexter. When I first saw Dexter, I was like, this is not the show for me. It's so gory and crazy and like so psychological, but it's so good. And I know a lot of people say that it got really bad toward the end. I didn't actually mind it so much toward the end. It's really like interesting to follow a main character who isn't like a hero necessarily. Next, all the episodes of this aren't on Netflix. They have like a weird collection because I think there's 9 seasons of it. But Roseanne has been one of my favorite shows for ages. This show started in the 80s. Super old school, but it's the funniest show in the history of history. It is just so raw and real and hilarious, and Roseanne is the funniest. Like, the things she says, the family, the whole situation. And that is my last one. So that is my favorites kind of list, the things I will rewatch over and over and over. I did want to run through some extra shows that are on Netflix that I would recommend. If you want to hear more about any of these shows, like if you want me to give you more detail, just leave a comment below and I'd be happy to. But here are just some extra shows I would recommend that are still on Netflix. Weeds, another Showtime show, very good. How I Met Your Mother, again, not my favorite. I definitely would recommend Friends or New Girl over that. It is something a lot of people like, and I have seen every episode, so I can't say I wouldn't recommend it. And Pretty Little Liars, I stopped watching Pretty Little Liars around season 4 or 5. I just thought it was too much. Like, it's so intense, it would give me anxiety to watch it. Just wasn't my favorite thing, but I did really like it in the beginning. Fashion and makeup are amazing. Goosebumps is gonna take you back to your childhood. I have seen all the episodes of Goosebumps on Netflix. I used to watch like Are You Afraid of the Dark and Goosebumps all the time as a kid, and the fact that Goosebumps is on Netflix is like just so fun. And then One Tree Hill is something I've seen every episode, I want to say twice. But if you like kind of like the high school like drama shows that are just like the same group of people from this one high school all have these crazy intense problems, like it's so unrealistic that all these people are going through so many things, and like it gets resolved in like 2 episodes. I know it's ridiculous, but it's a good show. And then I just wanted to throw some other shows out there that are not on Netflix, unfortunately, but I just wanted to just throw them out there in case you could find them somewhere else, or they're on TV and you wonder if they would be something good to watch. Castle is on TNT like constantly, so it's definitely a good show to watch. It's very similar to Bones, but kind of the opposite. Like the role reversal is different with the man and the woman. The OC, I can never find it anywhere, but it's such a good show. That is something I would binge watch for sure if it ever went on Netflix. Cougar Town, hilarious, kind of like corny and cheesy. Lots of characters in this that are super funny. Brothers and Sisters used to be on Netflix, not anymore. It makes me so mad. It has Sally Field in it. I love Sally Field. She's amazing. It has lots of other very like big actors in it. Another show is ER, and ER is like actual, what's it called, like a soap opera. It had like 20 something or 16 seasons, something very long amount of seasons. I've seen every episode. It's a really good show if you like hospital shows. US version of Shameless, which is annoying that it's not on Netflix. You can watch all the Showtime shows on the Showtime On Demand. So if you have Showtime, On Demand is free, so you can just watch them without commercials anytime. But Shameless is so good. Emmy Rossum is amazing, which is the main character. Whole like cast who works together so well. It's just such a good show. Also the original 90210. Don't know where you can find this, but not the new 90210 that was on CW, like the old 90210 from like the 90s. Such a good show. And Desperate Housewives also used to be on Netflix. Desperate Housewives is one of my favorite shows of all time. Love Desperate Housewives. This is almost 30 minutes long because I can talk about TV forever. But if you like this, please give it a big thumbs up. If you guys want me to do this like a movie version, like recommending movies on Netflix, I'd be happy to do that. I just feel like the movies on Netflix change a lot more often than the TV shows. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Hi guys, today I'm so crooked. I don't know why. That was so weird. And then the spin-off is